Hey everyone, I'm coming back to you with a reading vlog. This is a very special reading vlog because I am participating in the Unstuff Your Kindle Day challenge. Becky and a few of us got together and we're like, we have so many Stuff Your Kindle Day books that we need to kind of start reading them, because a lot of the times I will download them for like whenever I feel like it type of books. And I haven't read any. So last month they did the topic time travel, which I didn't have any of those books for the Stuff Your Kindle Day books. However, this month we're doing purple on the cover, and I have got a lot of those. I went through and made a collection of all of the Stuff Your Kindle Day books that had purple on the cover. There were a lot. There were like 14 books. So I'm not going to read 14 books for this vlog. That would just be too many. But I think I'm going to pick 3 or 4, and let me tell you the books that I'm kind of thinking of reading. So the first book I've been really intrigued by for a long time is Allison's Adventures in Underland. Clearly this is a dark Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Why am I getting tripped up saying that? Retelling. And was it White Shoes? Is it White Shoes? Because that would just be like 100% I'm gonna read it. I mean, the series is called Harem of Hearts. Better be. I think I'm gonna read that one. I also want to try out The Traitor's Menagerie. I've been kind of obsessed with space operas lately, and this is a Why Choose space opera. Kind of really want to read that one. I'm loving historical romance again lately, so I really want to throw one of those in there. So let's just dive in, and we'll start with Allison's Adventures in Underland. Okay, that was a very long first chapter, and already what is going on in this book? You open with Allison. She's 18. She's going to a high school party with her younger sister, and she's only going to this party because there's a boy there that she likes. So it is reading a little young there, but she is 18. So, and this is an adult book, so whew. She goes there. The boy's being weird. Like, he's being very weird. And so she kind of like walks away to the forest to read during the party. And her crush is coming up to her, like coming back to her. But then all of a sudden she hears a man next to her clicking a gun. And he's like, oh shit, I'm late. It's just a guy in rabbit ears and tattoos. Shoots her boyfriend, not boyfriend, crush. And then is like, gotta go. She's like, what the fuck just happened? And of course, like any sane person, she follows the murderer. She follows the murderer. Typical Alice in Wonderland story, kind of falls down a hole, floats in the never-ending falling thing with a bunch of crap flying by her. And when she lands, she actually lands in the rabbit's arms. He catches her and he's like, stay out of trouble, Alice, I'll meet you later. And she's like, what is going on? She's standing in a pile of bones. She's very aware that this could be like an acid trip, like maybe somebody spiked the punch at the party. And she's a reader, so clearly she's read Alice in Wonderland, so she's like, I'm just on drugs right now. Like, this has to be the answer, because she goes for a walk and she sees 2 naked hot men. One has a sign that says eat me, and the other has a sign that says drink me. Just like, what? This chapter was 21 pages long. It was a very long chapter. It was a whole 11% of the book. This is only going to be 152 pages. So already I'm kind of intrigued. I like the fact that it's self-aware that she could be crazy. I like the fact that it's very dark. Like, already we have violence, like murder, and clearly eat me or drink me on two naked men alludes to some sexual activities, probably. I have a feeling I'm gonna like this book just based off the first chapter. Probably should read more though. I definitely will be. I'm not doing anything else. She did indeed have to drink him in order to get through the door. But she chose not to. Lame. Now they're going somewhere else. Somewhere in a boat. So apparently it's that part now. I was just doing some filming and my new plants just delivered that I ordered. This is a really big box and I think I only ordered 3 things. So I'm kind of excited. Let me see what's in here. This one would be big. This one would be big. I know what these are. I'm just shocked. I'm kind of shocked because these were all on sale. I bought them from Etsy from a store called Americactus. Okay, what are you doing? So this, oh my gosh. Okay, this is really great. This is what I've been wanting for my hanging baskets up here. This is called Pink Lady. It's kind of like a mini Tradescantia, but it's a Calesia. So they are green, but they also get pinkish. You can kind of see that it's purple. And it's really cute. My hope is too that I can kind of transplant a little bit of this into the other buckets, but we'll see how it grows first. Okay, I knew this one would be small. Let me get my little unicorn scissors. A lot of rocks fell out. Oops. This is a Euphorbia obesa, and it's basically a baseball cactus. So that's kind of, I've seen these really large and they're really cool looking. They keep this form and it's a cactus that is spineless, so it's not gonna hurt you. And I've always kind of wanted one, but they're really expensive because they're rare. And again, on sale. Okay. Okay. This one I had to get from my shelf because it is a penis cactus. It does have spines. So again, I don't normally like cactus with pokey things, but I mean, I'm a romance reader. I needed a penis cactus, right? And there's 2. It's a double D. Okay. Here we go. So this one is a very slow grower, but it's definitely a good one for indoors. This is called an ox tongue gasteria. So it has very supple leaves, so not gonna hurt this one or damage it too much. I actually have several little baby pups on this side, and it looked like it did flower at some point. They cut off this, which is really good, and that is definitely bigger than I thought it would be. Now the fun part is finding pots for some of those, because I don't know. I think I might actually just keep them in these pots for now. The only one that's truly going to be repotted is this girl, because she's going in one of these pots up here. So she's so cute though. So cute. And before you know it, a whole week went by and I read this book very slowly, but I did finish it. I meant to check in more throughout the book, but honestly it was either very dark or my family was around and I didn't want to talk about this around my family because what? This book is very dark whimsy, which I think is like perfect Alison Wonderland. It's very self-aware that, you know, Alison, the main character, has read and watched the movies, played all the video games of Alison Wonderland. She thinks she's going crazy or drugged, and she's on this adventure with 5 or 6 men, which is like the White Rabbit. They just call him Rab. So, and trust me, this is all a joke too. Rabbit is Rab, okay? Tweedledee and Tweedledum is actually T and D. And then, oh God, who else do they meet? They meet Cheshire. Cheshire Cat is Chesh. The caterpillar is Lar. And of course, everyone's hot. Everyone is hot in this book, okay? Everyone is. Let me tell you the thing that surprised me most about this. This is a reverse harem. So this is a white cheese book. There is no sexy times till almost 70% of this novella. Okay, I was a little disappointed in that, all right? And they immediately have first kissed and then first sexy time immediately. So at least once it gets there, things happen. But yeah, it was a time. And let me tell you, by the end of this book, there's like this certain prophecy, right? If you've seen the Johnny Depp, Alice in Wonderland, I think it's like Alice in the Looking Glass or whatever, it kind of follows that whole thing where this girl is Alice prophesized. And the prophecy says something about 9 men with 9 dicks. 9? And in this first book, you'll meet 6 of them. And you're like, who the hell is the last 3? I don't know. I immediately downloaded the second book. There's 3 books. Let me tell you, I loved this one. I really did love this one. It was an adventure for most of the time. Like, it was just very crass, very blunt, but also whimsical, very dark and violent in ways. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The main female character has a tragic backstory, which I will say, trigger warning for that, but overall I enjoyed. Oh, one of the weird things in this book is that there is like this whole magical event that happened where some kind of magic turned majority of the women in Underland into men. I don't know if that's why they're all hot. But in this world, there's like 8 men to 1 woman, and the women are very sexually aggressive. So when she's like, oh no, I don't even want to touch you, they're like, oh, what's with this weirdo? Like, they don't quite get it. And I just, for some reason, that cracked me up every time they said that. Also, the other thing I didn't really love about this book is that she is only 18, and while I know that is an adult, like 18 is an adult, however, I'm a mom and I'm 40, over 40, and I just feel like 18 is such a kid still. Like, definitely, you are a kid still. You are a baby adult, okay? You're a very baby adult, and the fact that she's gonna be in a relationship with 9 men, I don't like it. I don't like it a little bit. I don't know why, her just being like more like 22, 24, something like that. College age I can get by with, but just out of high school. Actually, I think she's still in high school in this book, but she's clearly 18 and a senior. So I don't know. Like, that was the only thing in this book that I didn't like too much. But otherwise, everything else was so fun. I loved this book. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, now I need to figure out what I'm gonna read next. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch it up a lot almost. Well, maybe not too much, but I'm gonna read a Regency monster romance, and this is going to be Plucked by the Orc. This is by Jenna Larkin. Never read anything from this author. It's very purple. It seems like very garden-ish. So we'll see what this is all about. Clearly, like the very buttoned up orc on the cover, and it looks cute. So we'll see. Okay, I have made it to 20% in Plucked by the Orc. I don't know if this is a book for me, but I'm not hating it. All we know so far is that a family of orcs has come over from the Hidden Realm, and they've become part of gentry because they have lots of things like rubies and sapphires and money talks. So London society is like, come on in with your money. But he's trying to write a book about the human species and like their cultures and customs and stuff, and all he knows is the ton. So he meets Iris, who is actually like someone on the street selling flowers. She's very poor. She's got like a Cockney accent, that kind of thing, and he makes a deal with her to like teach her good diction and manners, turn her into a lady. In order for her help, she needs to help him write his book. And I'm at the part where she's just taken a bath for the first time and realizing how awesome that is. And that's it. That's all I got so far. Yeah, I just like more plot forward books, and so far this has just been a lot of talking. He did make a bet with his brother, which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know if I like it or not. It wasn't mean-spirited by any means, but like he made a bet on whether the ton will accept her. And they bet money or something. No, they bet whether who has to host their mom's birthday party or something. This is no last book, that's for sure. This is much more sophisticated, even though there's an orc. But yeah. I guess I'll just keep reading. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine so far. Not every book has to be Smutty April. Not every book has to be like with killing and murder, okay? Sometimes there could just be fancy orcs, pretty dresses, and talking. Okay, after literally 3 more pages and another conversation in a hallway, I've made the executive decision to DNF that book. Again, nothing wrong with it, just nothing's happening. Nothing's going on. And I just hate when books are just talking. It's just not, it's not my bag. So instead, I'm gonna throw in a short one. I looked for the shortest book I have because I'm actually running out of time to read. I have a prequel. It's 150 pages. It's called The Keeper's Runes. And this is a paranormal in an academy type thing. So it's new adult and it's Why Choose, it sounds like. So it says The Keeper's Runes, the originals of Grimm Academy. And I read the first chapter. And so far you have a girl who's Fae, and she's attacked some other girl because that girl was like humiliating her at a party. And it was either go to prison or go to Grimm Academy, where she's going to be reformed and taught how to control herself. So we're already at the academy, chapter 2. Something's happening. We've gone through a portal. So we'll see how this goes. I don't have like high hopes for this. I downloaded it because it sounded kind of cool. And of course, why choose? Why choose vampire, lichen, and fae? So let's read it. What are you doing?
The documentaries, like there's no like storyline strictly like
Yes.
we're following. It's just all interviews.
This book is so high school. I'm kind of eating it up a little bit. Hey, pretty lady, what's your name? I don't have to tell you my name. I could just see the hair whip. You know what I mean? Like as she spins around and walks the other way. And they're just playing games with each other. And this whole school is full of jerks. Of course she found the nice girl in the library. That's where we all are, right? I'm at 36%, and honestly this is just a fun little book. It's very high school. I have no idea what's going on other than she's just trying to fit in at the school, and nobody really likes her. So, I'm gonna keep reading. This really isn't gonna take me very long. Probably finish it tonight. Okay, I have finished the last book. Here's the thing. You know those TV shows or those movies, like when you're trying to find something and there's really nothing on that seems interesting, but then you land on a show and you're like, this is watchable. So you just watch it. That's kind of the feeling that I was getting from this book. It's not bad, but it's readable. It's readable. The basic premise of what's going on here is that all these magical creatures, when you reach a certain age, you get runes. And you get like probably 1 or 2 runes, and those give you powers. And however, main girl, she got none. She's got no runes. And that is like unheard of. And everyone is like, you're lame because you have no powers. And that's why they don't like her. And they explain that in the end. You understand what happens to her, clearly. However, this plot is so disjointed, it almost feels like time is skipping by and it just doesn't make sense. And then it's very juvenile. Like, I feel like I wrote it and I'm not a writer. Oh my god, this is probably the meanest review of a book I've ever given. It's readable and it feels like I wrote it and I'm not a writer. I'm so sorry. I even looked up the first book in this series, and the first book in this series, because the book I read is a prequel. The first book in this series is with completely different characters. So maybe you're not supposed to read the prequel first. I'm not sure, because I was a little confused on the lore and what was going on in the world. But again, it wasn't bad. It was very juvenile writing, which made me laugh in a lot of places, specifically the end, because she develops a relationship with the Lycan, and by the end they're soulmates, blah 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 blah. But he's always saving her, so like he's been to the hospital 3 times in this book. In the 150 something pages, he's been to the hospital and almost died 3 times because she's stupid. So I don't know, it was fine. It was fine for me. It wasn't as smutty as I wanted it to be. It was open door, but also like cracked open. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a barely open door. So it was fine. It was fine. Again, April, not every book needs to be super smutty. Okay. Kind of does for me. So the 3 books that I read for this vlog is Allison's Adventures in Underland, which I gave 4 stars, Plucked by the Orc, which I gave 0 stars. I DNF'd it because nobody wants to read about just talking. And then I gave The Keeper's Runes 3 stars. It was fine. It was fine. I'm actually curious to read the first book in that series, just to see what the hell is going on, you know? Listen, the dog's just gonna be barking, so let me just end it here. If you have books from these Stuff Your Kindle days that you need to get to because they're just sitting there, join us. Check Becky's channel because she will always be putting out the theme that we're kind of centered around. If you're a content creator, do a vlog with us, and everyone's welcome. Or if you're not a content creator, just join us because it's a good time and it's a great time to just clean out that Kindle, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, have a good day and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you had anyways, oh my god, dog. The dog.